I'm getting fine by the day, baby. What you waiting on? See, you gonna wait till I get real fine, and I'm gonna pay you no mind when I get real fine.
I woke up, had a dream about P. He like, yo, shit jamming. Yeah, it slaps low key. He say, I got a deal for you, so come fuck with me. I almost dropped a tear. Damn near, couldn't even see. I'm like, bet. I went and got my tickets and I hopped up on the jet. I'm so thankful, Lord, I ain't stopped to thank him yet.
The woman who allegedly shot and killed her husband was given a $50,000 bond in Jackson Municipal Court today. Police say around 11:30 yesterday morning, 30-year-old Rashawn Wallace shot and killed 33-year-old Damian Reed after he allegedly attacked her. It happened on Brook Hollow Drive in Jackson. Wallace is charged with murder.
This is the story of Damian Reed. In Jackson, Mississippi, police responded to a domestic shooting that resulted in the death of 33-year-old Damian Reed. The incident occurred after Reed accessed his wife's social media account and discovered a Facebook friend request sent by 30-year-old Rashawn Wallace. This discovery led to a confrontation inside their shared residence. During the confrontation, Wallace discharged a firearm once as a warning. Police reports indicate Reed continued to approach after the warning shot. Wallace fired a second time, striking Reed, who was later pronounced dead at the scene. Wallace applied CPR and contacted emergency services. Law enforcement secured the residence as a crime scene. Wallace was taken into custody and charged with murder. She was held at the Hinds County Detention Center and appeared in Jackson Municipal Court, where bond was set at $50,000. Investigators noted that the dispute originated from online activity on a social media platform, with the victim having access to the suspect's account. The sequence of events and law enforcement findings have been documented in official reports. This is the complete story, every action, every chilling detail. Welcome to Everyday True Crime. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a case. Stay with us for more gripping investigations and raw true crime stories delivered daily. Now let's dive in. The identified victim in this case was 33-year-old Damian Reed. Law enforcement records confirm Reed's age and that he was present at the Jackson residence at the time of the incident. Reed's identity and age were released in police press releases and subsequent news coverage detailing the shooting. At the time of the incident, Reed was a resident of Jackson, Mississippi, and was inside the shared home when the confrontation occurred. Police statements indicate that Reed had access to the suspect's personal social media account, a factor that investigators cited as part of the argument leading up to the shooting. Detectives reported that Reed became upset after observing a Facebook friend request sent from that account, which contributed to escalating the confrontation. Public records and current media reporting have not provided details regarding Reed's occupation, his wider social or family background, or any prior encounters with law enforcement. As of now, no verified public documentation has revealed whether Reed had a criminal history or any previously reported domestic disputes. The suspect in the case was identified by law enforcement as 30-year-old Rashawn Wallace. Wallace was residing in Jackson at the time of the incident and was present at the same location as Reed when the shooting took place. Reports confirm her age and residence as part of the initial police release following the shooting. Wallace's professional background is documented in public reporting. She is a licensed practical nurse. This occupational detail was included in multiple local media reports summarizing the facts released by police. According to available records, Wallace had no publicly reported criminal history prior to this incident. There are no confirmed news stories or official legal filings indicating prior arrests or law enforcement contacts for Wallace before this shooting. Following the shooting, Wallace was charged with murder in Hinds County, Mississippi. Law enforcement officials arrested her at the scene or shortly thereafter, and she was subsequently booked at the Hinds County Detention Center in Raymond, Mississippi. This detention status has been reported consistently by multiple news outlets covering the case. During Wallace's initial court appearance, a municipal court judge set her bond at $50,000. This bond amount was also regularly reported in press coverage and police statements following the hearing. As of the latest published reports, Wallace remains in custody pending further legal proceedings. In Jackson, Mississippi, law enforcement responded to a fatal domestic shooting on the morning of February 23, 2025, in the 5300 block of Brook Hollow Drive. The incident resulted in the death of 33-year-old Damian Reed and the arrest of 30-year-old Rashawn Wallace, who now faces a murder charge. This account presents a chronological examination of the events leading to Reed's death, the immediate response, crime scene handling, police statements, and the legal proceedings that followed. All details are based on official reporting from law enforcement press releases and court records available in the public domain. Prior to the shooting, Reed and Wallace were residing together in a shared household in Jackson. They were legally married. Wallace held professional credentials as a licensed practical nurse at the time of the incident. Police records indicate that Reed had access to Wallace's social media account. The presence of joint access to private accounts was noted by investigators, though detailed account history or expirations of access were not disclosed in press releases. Investigators traced the conflict that preceded the shooting to an interaction on Facebook. Wallace had sent a friend request to another individual through her account. Reed, using the account access he held, observed the request and associated communication. Law enforcement stated that Reed became upset after observing the unsolicited friend request on Wallace's Facebook account. The presence of account access, combined with observed digital interactions, was identified by police as a catalyst for the domestic confrontation. Agents classified the engagement as escalating from digital observation into a real-world dispute inside the couple's residence. There is no public record in the initial reporting of prior domestic violence charges involving the couple or significant law enforcement action before this incident. Neither side's official statements beyond law enforcement summaries were immediately released in media coverage by the time of reporting. The shooting unfolded in a sequence observed and later outlined by investigators from the Jackson Police Department. Public statements from police establish a timeline centered around an escalating argument that transitioned into a fatal encounter on the morning of February 23. At approximately 11:30 a.m., Reed and Wallace engaged in a verbal argument inside their home. Police described the conversation as intensifying from disagreement to physical confrontation. At this point, Reed allegedly approached Wallace in a manner law enforcement characterized as assertive and advancing toward her location. As Reed advanced, Wallace, who had a firearm in her possession, discharged a single warning shot. Police described this shot as intended to deter Reed's approach. Law enforcement did not release specific ballistic data or confirm the type of firearm used in the warning shot. According to police accounts, Reed did not retreat following the warning shot. Investigators reported that Wallace then discharged a second shot, this one striking Reed, leading to immediate incapacitation. Reed was pronounced deceased at the scene. Following the second gunshot, Wallace performed cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, on Reed. Police noted that Wallace, utilizing her medical training, attempted life-saving measures for Reed immediately after the shooting. Wallace subsequently dialed 911, reporting the shooting and requesting emergency assistance. Police and emergency medical responders arrived at the residence shortly afterward. Despite CPR efforts, Reed was confirmed deceased by responding medical personnel. Reports also indicated that a child was present in the residence at the time of the incident, but the child was not injured during the confrontation or the subsequent law enforcement response. This detail was included in police statements to local media. Upon arrival, officers from the Jackson Police Department secured the scene according to standard homicide investigation protocols. Publicly available reporting on the case does not include a comprehensive inventory of all evidence collected or a detailed public release of scene documents. Police cited the aspect of social media account access as a contributing factor in the escalation of the conflict. This was highlighted in the press release as a key element in understanding the dispute's origin, though investigative files have not been publicly disclosed. Statements from law enforcement emphasized the sequence of confrontation and the dynamic between the parties based on preliminary interviews and preliminary scene analysis. Police have not released full body cam footage or detailed 911 transcripts to the public as of the latest news coverage. Law enforcement recovered the firearm involved in the shooting. While officers confirmed the presence of the weapon and its discharge, media reports do not specify the type, make, model, serial number, or ballistic specifics of the weapon used. Those elements likely reside in investigative files not released in initial coverage. Public statements from the Jackson Police Department formed the basis of early media reporting. According to police, the series of actions leading to the fatal shooting aligned with their description of domestic confrontation involving escalation from an argument to the discharge of a firearm. Police made clear that the dispute began over the digital interaction, the Facebook friend request, and expanded to physical proximity within the home, resulting in law enforcement classifying the incident as a domestic-related shooting. The department specifically noted, Reed became upset over the observed social interaction. Reed approached Wallace after the disagreement began. Wallace fired a warning shot followed by a fatal shot when Reed allegedly continued to approach. As of the most recent reports, police had not released comprehensive incident footage or full official police reports, including audio or video recordings from body-worn cameras or full witness statements. These elements are standard components of homicide investigations but require clearance or redaction for public interest and privacy. Law enforcement arrested Wallace at or near the scene following the shooting. Coverage indicates that Wallace was taken into custody without incident and transported to the Hinds County Detention Center in Raymond, Mississippi. Wallace was formally charged with murder in connection with Reed's death. The charge reflects the legal classification of the shooting under Mississippi law as intentional or reckless conduct resulting in the death of another person. At the time of media reporting, court filings detailing specific legal arguments or formal charges beyond the general murder count had not been made public. During her initial court appearance, a municipal court judge set Wallace's bond at $50,000. The bond setting means that Wallace may be released pending future court proceedings upon posting the said amount, subject to pretrial conditions ordered by the court. There is no publicly accessible record, as of the latest reporting cycle, detailing Wallace's legal defense filings, attorney strategy, or motions submitted to the court. The defense's formal position, including any claims of self-defense or contestation of prosecution evidence, had not been shared in the news media at the time of reporting. The case remains active and unresolved in public reporting. No trial date, plea agreement, or sentencing information has been published. Court records continue to be the primary resource for tracking official status beyond initial appearances and bond settings. If this story gripped your heart and left you questioning the truth, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with others who need to hear it. For more chilling true crime stories that dive deep into the mysteries behind these tragedies, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. You won't want to miss our latest updates, investigations, and thought-provoking discussions. Thank you for being part of this journey with us as we uncover the truth and seek justice. Together, we can make a difference. Stay safe, stay aware, and we'll see you in the next one.